What's up, guys? It's the Doza, and welcome to the first episode of the DozaCast, which we literally just figured out about 2 seconds ago. I don't know what this is going to be just yet. It might be 15 minutes, like this is probably going to be. It might be a half hour, it might be an hour. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. I don't even have a concept for it. We're just going to bullshit. And today, we have my older brother, Todd, who has his own podcast. So link in the description, go check that out. Todd, everybody, Todd.
Hello, everyone. So I was just getting ready to tell you about this call that I have. I do tech support for a large company that you could probably do a search for if you knew their name.
We'll just say that. We'll leave it at that. They're not sponsoring this, so.
Yeah. So I ain't giving up the name. Anyway, so this guy calls in and he's like questioning me on everything that was all the he had just done a factory reset of his phone. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to make sure that all the apps that were on his phone after the factory reset were supposed to be there because he thought his phone had been hacked. So I was like, well, you just did a factory reset. There should be nothing on your device other than what was in your account when you re-added it. So,
right.
you know. And he goes, yeah, and actually, he wouldn't even put his own account in there. He put his buddy's account in there instead. And so he was like rattling off all the file sizes for like the apps that came pre-installed. I'm like, yeah, I've never really looked at the file size of those files. I really couldn't tell you if that's correct or not. But I'm assuming because you just did a factory reset that everything that's on your phone is part of the installation that comes with your phone. So,
right.
And he thought I was lying to him. He was like, "Yeah, whatever." And
that sounds an awful lot like somebody else we might know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He definitely had elements of Dad in there.
It's like, all right, tell me what's wrong, and then he'd tell him what's wrong. He's like, that's not it. Don't lie to me. What's really wrong?
Yeah. So and about halfway through the call, he decides to tell me he's recording. And you're like, yeah, you're supposed to tell them before you start recording, otherwise it's not legal.
Maybe he has his own podcast. Maybe get him a shout out.
Crazy dude from Canada. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to that podcast. You've done tech support for a while now, and I remember, and we've talked about it before. I think we talked about it on your podcast, maybe, or something, but I remember a long time ago. It was when you were working for Earthlink, and you told me this story. I think it was you. It might have been somebody else, but you told me this story like you were trying to help this lady with her computer, and you're going through you're trying to restart the computer, see if that helps and stuff, and she restarted her computer a couple of times, and then you found out that she wasn't restarting her computer, she was just turning her monitor off and on. Is that you that was telling me that story?
Yeah, I think I actually... yeah.
You had a lot of stories from Earthlink, I remember.
Oh, man, yeah. That was 10 years ago now. Actually, 11 years ago now. Jesus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was... that was a cool job, man. I kind of missed that gig because, you get all these people who... I think probably the most embarrassing call for me was when this guy called up and he was like having trouble with his dial-up. This is back in the dial-up days, people. This is back when you used to hear the beep.
Oh yeah, I used to have this ringtone at one point.
Bong,
Yeah.
Also known as Dubstep.
Yeah. Back when Dubstep was cool.
Back when Dubstep didn't have a name, it was just the sounds your computer made when it was calling AOL.
And now Dubstep's more annoying than that fucking dial-up shit.
Yeah.
God.
It can be. It really depends. Some of it's kind of cool. I mean, like the guy who did the dubstep for the Beetlejuice Minecraft thing was pretty.
That's right. Yeah, that was cool. There's a couple like Skrillex songs I like, which were really mainstream and like poppy as far as dubstep goes. But there's a lot of stuff I don't like. These people put stuff on, they're like, listen to this, and I'm like, is there a chorus? Is there a verse? Like
the thing that always cracks me up is, and someone actually said this once, and I was like, ever since that I can never hear a dubstep song without thinking of like Bumblebee, like hiding in the corner of his garage, is facing the corner and just kind of peeking around behind him every couple minutes. So someone said that the dubsteps reminded them of a transformer masturbating. Every time I hear this, wub, 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 I'm thinking, oh, dude, no. Put down the hot rod magazine, step away from the can of lubricant.
Man, I couldn't do any of that. Like, you've gone to like clubs and bars and stuff. Like, were any of those clubs and bars like EDM bars? I think that's what it's called, EDM. Like, did you have to deal with any of that freaking? Cause me and you, we're like metal fans.
I like some goth industrial type music, but it really depends. I mean, it can't be just a bunch of just whiny, really, I don't know.
Yeah.
It can't be whiny music for anything, for any kind of music. I mean,
true.
I hate grunge music because of its being whiny.
Do you really?
I don't like country music because it's whiny.
You like Nirvana though, right?
Hate Nirvana, dude.
What?
Fucking hate Nirvana.
I think you turned me on to it.
No, not me.
That's crazy.
I
I didn't know that.
No. I always. A friend of mine once said that the Foo Fighters were proof that the best guitarist in Nirvana was their drummer.
Right. I mean, they're kind of whiny too.
Not so much. I mean, it's not like, my life sucks and I'm famous and I have lots of money.
It's more like I miss my girlfriend and like my life sucks kind of stuff.
I mean, it's just like I'm dealing with life is what their music sounds like.
A little whiny.
Not as whiny as Kurt Cobain, man. I mean, he was really just kind of like super emo.
Hate myself.
And I don't have a gun. That's a lie. So, what was the thing about the Earthling thing was this guy calls up and he wanted help with his dial-up. Sorry, we got distracted there, folks.
We do that. That's how conversations go with us.
Oh yeah, it's very ADD directed.
Yeah.
So back to the original story, which was this guy called up and he's like having trouble with his dial-up, and I'm trying to empathize with the guy and let him know that it's okay and I'm here to help, and knowing he was a doctor, I kind of jokingly said, I'm not like it's brain surgery. This is super easy, and he got really quiet.
Ooh.
Doctor so and so, please tell me you're not a surgeon. He goes, yes. I was like, you're not a brain surgeon, are you? And he goes, yes. I was like,
oh my god.
You do realize when I said that it's kind of a phrase that is said that most people say when something is not as hard as you think it is. I was like, yes, I know. I was like, I didn't mean to insult you, sir. It is not my intent.
You just feel like an asshole all of a sudden.
The more I tried to dig myself out of the hole, the bigger the hole got.
Right.
Just like, I was like, damn it. Mm-hmm. Told my boss what happened, and he just laughed. He thought it was funny. He was like, I'm glad you think it's funny. The guy thinks I'm an asshole.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember another story you told me.
There was the rabbit story. I've told you that one before, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, with the mouse.
The woman was like, I'm having trouble with my computer. Every time I go to click on the rabbit, it doesn't work. She's like, yeah, the thing that uses the pointer majigger. I was like, oh.
Did you roll with it? You should have rolled with it. Should have kept calling it the rabbit just to keep her.
Me, I'm not going to let someone call something what it's not.
Right.
That's called a mouse. And he goes, well, I knew it was some sort of small furry animal. And I lost it. I started laughing my head off. And I was like, man, please understand, I'm not laughing at you. This is just one of those stories you hear about. She's like, you mean like the cup holder? I said, oh my God, yes, exactly.
Oh, man. The CD drive?
Yes. And I was like, yes, just like the cup holder. She's like, you mean I'm going to be one of those stories? Like, yes, ma'am, you'll be one of those stories. It's like, oh, right, that's cool. Yeah, I can't believe she called it a rabbit.
That's ridiculous.
I had this guy from the South someplace, just a fake, just hillbilly, just, redneck, Larry the Cable Guy sounds like a brain surgeon compared to this guy. Mm. And he's like, my Windows 97 Dom Brog, and you need to fix it.
Your what?
Excuse me? My Windows 97 Dom Brog, you need to fix it. And so I figured he's saying, my Windows 97 broke, fix it.
It done broke.
Broke, fix it. Yeah. It's like, and this is another one of those calls where you try to keep your composure and not laugh out loud because the guy sounds like a complete, hillbilly who's trying to use. It's like watching a Neanderthal using tools for the first time.
Yeah.
He's in there, or like, did you ever saw I think it was the Star Trek movie where they go back in time and Scotty's talking to an old school computer. He goes, Scotty, you need to use the mouse, and he picks up the mouse and talks to it. Hello, Mr. Computer. So yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was like where he's just like, man, really, how is it you're able to have a computer and not know what it is? So
Windows 97, was that long ago, or is that guy just that out of date?
No, see, it was that long ago, and Windows 97 never existed.
Oh.
Windows 98.
Well, that's your first problem, sir, is that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so that was one reason I was like, what? Okay, so I had him go through the system and find out what exactly version of Windows he had. He had 98 second edition and whatever service pack. And so I fixed his issue, but I always remember Windows 97 done broke, fix it. And that was all he said when I entered the call. So yeah. So yeah, no. The one thing that I like about working in tech support is that you get to hear all kinds of just absolutely crazy stories. Or you get to talk to those that are that crazy.
So right now you're working for a well-known cell phone company, right?
No, it's not a cell phone company. It's a company that
I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. Does it start with an M?
It starts with a giant G. And ends with an E.
Why don't I know this? I know this.
If you did a search for it, you probably would find it like almost immediately.
Starts with a G and ends with an E. Okay, well, yeah.
I think it's kind of obvious where. Now, technically, I work for another company, but the contract is for Google. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're just helping people with cell phone apps now, basically, like.
I do app support. So basically, people call up and say, I spent money in Clash of Clans and I didn't mean to.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a refund? And I'm like, let's take a look. How many refunds have you had this week?
Right.
7, 8, 200. Sorry. So, I actually about 3-4 weeks ago I had a guy call in and he kept hitting this. I don't remember what game it was. It was some it was a gambling game. It was a casino type game. So he was playing this game, hitting this one item over and over again because he was hit it and he wasn't receiving the item he was paying for. So he kept hitting it, thinking that if he hit it more times, eventually he would get it.
Did he buy it like 15 times?
Oh, no, he bought it 100 times.
Oh my god.
This time it was $99.
No shit.
Yeah.
You spent $1,000. That's gambling in its own. That's pretty much gambling.
It was $100 each time he hit the button, and I think he hit it well over 100 times. Yeah, it was. And he wanted a refund. I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I can give you that much of a refund. I'll have to escalate it on up and get approved. So
there's probably something with it where it took like so many hours to go through, right? Like he thought it'd be instant.
They are instant usually. If the app itself was having a problem, or the server for the game was having an issue, he wasn't getting them. Wasn't registering, he was buying it. But being that it also uses the Google Play servers for making the purchase, it registers on the servers for that.
Right.
Whether or not it actually comes out of the game is up to the developer.
Yeah.
So he got charged, ungodly amounts of time, and he basically maxed out his credit card. So.
Holy shit.
This is exactly why I tell people, if you play games that have in-game purchases, make sure you're paying attention to what you're buying.
Yeah. Maybe click once, and if it doesn't go through, call.
Yeah, try to get a hold of the game developer if nothing else.
Yeah.
So, they can at least give you the content that you didn't receive for the payment.
Mm-hmm.
And the most we can do is give you a refund.
Yeah.
And and even that is kind of a courtesy thing. We don't always give refunds. It really depends on the situation. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But so that's your day job, and I don't know if I call it it wouldn't really call it a night job, but your week. Do you get paid for your podcast? Do you guys make any money off that?
I don't make any money off the podcast yet. I would love to. I would love to have sponsors and all that kind of good stuff, but I am unaware of how to procure those types of things. So
yeah, I don't know either, but I mean, I've tried getting sponsors. I've tried to get sponsors for my Minecraft series. Like, I was using a program to record with called Fast Stone Capture. It's free and it's cheap, and I think I actually kind of hacked my way into getting a full version of it. Otherwise, you just get a trial.
Right.
But I tried emailing them, and I'm like, hey, I use your screen recorder all the time. Do you want to sponsor me and maybe give me a free premium, thing or something? I never got a call back. So I don't know what it takes. I'm kind of primitive. I just imagine maybe you send them an email.
I would imagine you'd have to have a lot of followers, a lot of views.
Right.
Got the good numbers. When you have the good numbers, then that's when the sponsors are looking at you going, hey, this guy's got a good show here. Look at all the people that look at his stuff or listen to his stuff. Maybe we should see if he would, allow us to, sponsor his podcast. So that's kind of where I'm thinking most podcasts are, like Kevin Smith's Hollywood Babylon and The Nerdist and, Jay Moore's More Stories. Those guys all have sponsors.
Yeah.
They have sponsors from Squarespace and Think and,
I was going to say there's a lot of podcasts that have a lot of the same sponsors, which is like Squarespace or there's a couple others too that don't come to mind right now, but I mean it seems like there's quite a few out there that are willing to. Yeah. And I'm not even sure what exactly a sponsor entails. Like, do they pay you for sending people their way, or do they pay you just for mentioning their name? Or
yeah, I would imagine you probably have to send people their way before they give you money, but
yeah,
there is a service that I'm thinking about going back to it because I had it set up for about a week, and then I noticed that the audio was kind of glitchy and stuff. Let's see, what time is it? Shit.
About time to go back.
It's been well over. I'm 15 minutes late getting back to work. We've been talking for about half an hour.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well,
to go back to work about 15 minutes ago.
I guess we'll just call it off now. I just had a sudden urge. I've been wanting to do a podcast type thing and upload it to the channel, so I guess this is episode 1. And first guest is Todd from 206 Geek. All the links will be in the description. I'll probably do another one of these sometime soon with somebody. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to get some people on the server. Or...
Dude, if you're still awake after I get off work, we can do it then.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a part 2 that's coming up. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So this one's probably about 20 minutes or so, however long it is. Other ones might be an hour. It could be over an hour. I don't know. It depends on the mood and how much the hosts have to drink. I kind of plan on doing this drunk a few times, I'll be honest. But that's going to be it for today. First episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Check the description below for all the links to stuff we talked about and the 206 Geek podcast. Go over there, check them out. They talk about some awesome geeky stuff that I'm really into, and I'm sure some of my viewers will be into. And I will see you guys next time.
Sounds good.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.